Alright, today we're going to do a video on 10 tips to streamline your progression in Element Fission. So, we're going to kick this off with a very simple one that I like to do, and it's very specific, but I like to go over here and typically just use one of my guildmates' elements, and usually it's just these ones because they're the best ones for it that I have. And we can just do a 20 run. And it's cheaper than normal because of the fact that he doesn't actually have a cost. If you can technically make it free, like an actual free run, essentially, by removing the 3 wisps, but you do get less XP. And what's really nice about this now is you don't have to sit here and do this. You can just background battle it now. Our next one we will talk about, is when you are playing the game and you'll get a bunch of rewards earlier on, and you'll get a ton of gems. And what it's really tempting to do is go over here and be like, ooh, 10 pull. Let me do 700 gems for a 10 pull. Don't do that. Never do that. Never buy Illyrium with your gems. A little more justified if you go for the Twilights, because you can't really get those pulls that often. But typically you don't want to spend it on any types of summons. It's much better to use that for energy, because at some point you will run out of energy and you won't have batteries. And yeah, so you want to use your gems for energy. Next up, your dice. You'll get a bunch of dice. I think on my alt account I have like 35 right now. And I started the alt account like a week ago, but I'm not going to use them right now. I want to wait till I get like a 250, 300 luck team before, so that way I can make the most bang for my buck out of the dice. Some people also just don't use it for dungeon gear, and they will save it all for a mental fortress. That is also an option. Next up on the list is saving your exclusive summons for when there is a unit you want, and you can check up to 2 weeks. So you have this week, like right now I would really want the Fire Sage, but I don't have exclusive summons. Next up on the list, we are going to talk about physiques, or IVs as you'll typically see people call them in chat. Here, like Fire Giant for instance, right? This unit scales based off of max HP. All his damage is based off HP, his heal is based off his HP, so you want him to have a lot of it. And if you look over here, I have 10 HP and -5, -10, or -5, -5 for defense and attack as well. So this is the best IVs you can get for a unit like this. And you just want to pay attention, you know, the difference of base HP between someone having +10 or -10 is a big difference. There's a big difference between that. And it's just something to pay attention to, you know. Don't feed your dupes right away. Next up is not worrying about this getting speed teams for dungeons, because I think a lot of the rewards now should be, I mean, like they have the, if you want more runs before you have to restart them, you need a little bit of speed. But it's not even a huge rush, because you can get the 180 seconds pretty easily for most of the dungeons, and it unlocks 10 battles. But you really just want to focus on luck. Luck will determine a lot of things. It will determine the amount of gear you get, which in turn determines how fast you get better gear. And I would recommend focusing on that. If you want to quickly build a team for for getting that 20 times clear, that's fair. I don't blame you, but I would definitely recommend just focusing on luck teams. And they're also way easier to build, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of the speed teams require really good gear and specific turn orders and whatnot, whereas a lot of the luck teams you can build are just throw high luck on people and let it run a little bit of a longer run. Especially for Boxing Club. That's the main dungeon everyone's going to run. Next up, save your power beans. So I don't have any, and I've made this mistake on this account quite a bit. Try to focus on Elemon that need the skill ups, whether it's for cooldowns or just damage. Next up, don't worry about doing floor 10s for the elemental dungeons. So what I mean by that is for the helixes, to where you can upgrade your unit's specs, you don't really want to, like, you can get a floor 10 completion for the rewards, but don't stress doing repeat battles on floor 10 because they don't actually give better rewards. I think like they haven't proven that it gives better rewards. A lot of people say it's better to just do floor 7 or floor 8 because it's a lot quicker, it's a lot easier, and you get the same rewards. Because everything after floor 7 has a chance for the hearts, and that's the rare thing. But yeah, don't worry about doing floor 10s unless you have a really solid team that can do it fast. Second to last, we have a thing about just keeping one copy of every unit. Say you have a tree bookworm, like early on you want tree bookworm for boxing club. You don't want to take your only fire bookworm and your only water bookworm and feed them to this one for the skill ups. Because eventually you're going to want a fire bookworm, and if you fed it early and you can't get another one because you're just unlucky, like you're out a unit. It's much better to just wait for the skill ups slowly, whether it's from duplicate green bookworms or whatnot. And last but not least on this list, I've done a very bad job of this, as you can see at the top, but try not to cap out on your energy. You still get energy when it goes past the cap, but it's at a half speed, and so you're essentially wasting energy when you're at full. And also the arena tokens. The arena tokens don't continue past 10, so you really want to do these when you can. Even if it's just running in here and quickly just going to the training field because you don't want to find matches that work. You get less of the tokens, but it's still better than nothing. That is all. I hope this helps, and yeah, have a wonderful day, guys. See ya.